Hi there. I'm AJ Cipperly. In my current role as Vice President of Memory Care for the Arbor Company, I help support people living with dementia, their caregivers, and their families. For more than 20 years in my career serving older adults, I've seen the impact on families when receiving a diagnosis of a dementia. I want to share with you some of my experiences in working with families and the benefits of early detection and diagnosis. Multiple studies and surveys continue to reveal that developing Alzheimer's or another dementia is one of the top fears of older adults. Losing independence and having to rely on others are causes of anxiety and stress for the aging population. Because of this fear and stigma surrounding Alzheimer's and other dementias, people are more hesitant to seek out a diagnosis or turn a blind eye to some obvious changes they're seeing in their loved one, or ignore or deny the changes they may be experiencing themselves. When someone you care about, whether it's a family member or friend, colleague, or neighbor, is experiencing changes in thinking or memory that just aren't normal, it's important to get curious about it and learn more. Are they aware of these changes? Are they noticing them? Are the changes impacting their daily life? For example, are they pulling away from social activities, clubs, and other programs that they used to be a part of? Are they not getting out as much? Or have there been some minor car accidents or incidents of getting lost? Are there more subtle but also concerning signs, maybe at work, such as frequent performance issues or complaints from the boss or customers or clients? Work not getting completed on time or being inaccurate, especially when this is a change from how their work performance has been. If these or other situations are occurring and causing concern, it's incredibly important to get a good workup from a physician. Why? Well, there are many conditions that could be causing the person's impairments in thinking and functioning. It could be that the person has an infection that hasn't been treated, or could be experiencing some depression, or even taking some medications that could be impairing their cognitive abilities. A good physician will do multiple tests and scans to try and determine what might be going on that could be causing some of those problems. These conditions, if left untreated, could lead to more severe physical and cognitive problems. What if the tests and scans lead to a diagnosis of a dementia, like Alzheimer's? Well, now you and your loved one are armed with two very important tools: knowledge and control. Knowledge about the cause of the problems. Being able to name the condition and know the reason for the problems is incredibly empowering and relieving. There's a reason I'm having trouble remembering or that I'm struggling at work. It's not that I'm going crazy or that I'm incompetent. And you now have control over how you and your loved one want to move forward with this diagnosis, control of how you want to plan for the future. We know we can't cure Alzheimer's or these other dementias. The medications we have now only address the symptoms, but we can slow progression and maintain and even improve a person's quality of life. The medications that are currently approved for Alzheimer's and other dementias are demonstrated to be more effective when started early in the disease process. Another benefit of getting an early diagnosis is having the opportunity to participate in clinical trials and research. While some may be leery of being a part of research trials, these are a critical tool to help advance the knowledge, the treatment, and hopefully ultimately a cure for many dementias. The thing with most trials, especially if they are medication trials, is that their ideal candidate is someone in the earlier stage of the disease. Getting involved early on ensures that you have the best chance of benefiting from the research in real time. Being diagnosed early provides the person with the opportunity to make some lifestyle choices to enhance their physical, emotional, and spiritual health. Eating a balanced diet, continuing to maintain and develop close relationships, and finding opportunities to serve others all have been demonstrated to not only minimize the risk of cognitive impairment, but even with a dementia diagnosis, these lifestyle choices can support continued function and quality of life. Getting an early diagnosis empowers the person to be able to direct their care, what they want for themselves and for their loved ones. They're able to map out who is going to be a part of their care team and how they want that team to operate. Knowing that most dementias are progressive and will eventually lead to the person needing more support with day to day activities, the person diagnosed is able to make known how they want to be supported. There are so many examples of individuals who have received an early diagnosis and who are thriving. Many become advocates for their disease, speaking against the negative stigma of dementia and leading and organizing support groups and support systems for others living with the diagnosis. That's another important opportunity, finding a support group for those diagnosed with a dementia. There are even dementia-specific support groups, so Lewy body dementia support groups, frontal lobe dementia support groups. I encourage you to reach out to your local Alzheimer's Association chapter or your area agency on aging to find out about support groups near you. And if there isn't one locally, there are groups that also meet virtually. I hope you can see that there are many benefits to an early diagnosis. I know it's scary, but the not knowing is something to be more fearful of. And there are steps that can be taken and support that can be found if and when the diagnosis of a dementia occurs. Be observant, be curious, be brave, and be willing to seek out a medical professional who is experienced in diagnosing cognitive disorders. Thank you for watching.